Peace, family. I am Chi Vital, aka King Chi, and I'm back with another tool for your toolkits. This is a special one tonight. Welcome. Welcome. I invited you all from my Facebook page. Usually, I'm operating behind the scenes in our private groups with these amazing individuals practicing spirituality in every form for their upliftment, for their enlightenment, all that good stuff, all those good things. So, what I'm looking forward to speaking with you all tonight because this is really a good way to begin prepping for the new year. What's up? What's up? Every gang's in the building. Peace. Emerald J, peace. Silence two times. Silence two times. All right. I like it. I'd love to hear more about it. If you're please let me know in the comments below you're live, where you are tuning in from. Get to thumbs up this video and share it with the community because this particular video is geared towards new people and for those of us who are returning or just want to go back to one of those tools that are just evergreen. You can constantly come back to it. You can use it to make sure that you're back on track, or anytime you just want to do a quick reset. Okay. All right. So that's why I'm excited. A few things before I get started. Hi, what's up, Q Alchemist? What's up, Kira? How you doing? Fairy gang. This is gonna be a cool little intro for those of you who are new. I'm looking forward to seeing some new faces. A lot of people are like, how do I begin? What do I get into? And although they jump into the deep end of the sea when they join us in the paid family, this is where you get to see some of the atomic parts, right? The molecular structure for building a stronger practice. And I'm just going to mention some of that in this video today. So the video is around this 21-day meditation, this 21-day meditation fast. I call it the 21-21-1 because this meditation is just going to take 21 minutes of your day, every day for 21 days. And you will only be allowed to focus on one thing, one energetic, just one. All right. It's going to be really, really clutch to follow those instructions. And for those of you who like to hop around on YouTube and get into this and get into that, this will definitely be one of those challenges that I'm giving to you. And I look forward to seeing the results if you can follow through. All right. Peace, Ebony, Black Bright Rose. All right. And peace, Davy. Oh, who's that? Kendra, what's up? How you doing? All right. So without further ado, first, I need to give a couple of commercials that are important. Okay. This time I have some notes here. All right. So once again, if you're new here, let me know where you're tuning in from. Shouts out to your city. Okay. We're in December. I love December. Y'all already know my birthday is coming up. So December is so awesome. And it's that time of year where we definitely give back big time. Okay. Big time. So I want to let you know that if you're interested in donating anything to the Fae Tree Foundation, which is dedicated to providing spiritual, educational, and financial resources to adults and youth in need, please text me at 202. I'm going to put my number here in the chat, 202-810-1876. Okay. Right now, we're collecting shoes, blankets, coats, winter apparel for both adults and children. So if you text me, let me know where you're texting me from. We may have someone in your city. And if you can't get to me and you want to participate, but you can only make a financial donation. Let me know. We'll set it up. We'll deal with those details. But this is a time where we give back a lot. This video is one of those things where I feel like it's going to be something that's timeless that you can come back to and use it on and on and on again. Okay. And I'm hoping to see much of humanity get an opportunity to utilize it. All right. Everyone's meditating nowadays. So let's get to the important um, pieces of why and how and what. Okay. Number 2, if you aren't already a part of our paid family, the Occult College has its own channel here on YouTube, and it includes our membership. Our membership still is having a great sale at $29.99 until January. So make sure you take advantage of that, because we are gearing up for a very powerful winter solstice initiation. I think last time I checked my phone, I have like 139 participants. So it's going to be really, really intense and powerful. Winter solstice initiation into the powers of the dark arts. Okay. And I don't care if that scared you. I hope it did scare you. Check out the video so you can gather more information about what that truly means and what you're going to gain from participating in such a powerful, revolutionary way of initiating into the power of the night, okay, through the winter solstice. So don't forget, I think I can actually tag the channel here. If not, you all know. Check it out. The Occult College, we are having a sale for our membership at $29.99, which is phenomenal. The information is limitless. You can never get bored. There's always something to do and get back to, go a little deeper. So don't forget to check that out. All right. Now, meditation, the 21-day, 21-minute, one energy meditation. Okay? Yes, friends and family. This meditation is going to be perfect for the beginner. Okay? The reason why I'm going with the 21 days is because, quite frankly, 21 days is like the bare minimum. Okay, is a bare minimum for creating some type of shift or change in your psyche, your personality, and your environment. Okay. You want to create a new habit, you're gonna have to have some consistency. And again, like 3 days won't do it. Days is really, and I will at least create a habit that you'll be able to maintain. Okay? Because once you carve out the details into your life, you'll have way more power. All right, and I'll explain. So, like in 21 days, we have, so 21. Most times you see programs that are geared towards shifting mindset, resetting, changing habits, doing any type of long-lasting permanent changes, right? When it comes to the psyche and the way that you live your lives, like lifestyle change, you'll see 21 days, you'll see 30 days, you'll see 3, 6, 9 months. Okay. So the science behind that is that we're working with the power of threes. And ultimately, with the power of 3, you all who are more well-versed in esoterics, right? The power of 3 is that Trinity formula. The expanded version of it is that the power of 3 actually leads us to the 4. And the 4 maintains and creates a solid foundation. It represents stability, security, and those numbers have that power. Okay? So even when we look at the triangle that has the 3 points, to the uninitiated, right, into understanding these shapes and symbols, you see 3. But there's a middle point that when those 3 energies come together, projects out into the material realm, okay? Depending on the direction we want to go. If you want to go outwards or you want to go inwards, depends on that, right? But there is a 4th point. So whether this makes sense to you right now, because I'm hoping to have some people who are like, what the hell is this? I'm just trying to learn how to meditate, right? We all can agree that when we count, right, we go 1, 2, 3, and then we have 4. Okay? So 4 is always birthed out of the 1 to 3. When we're doing that, we're using the power of numbers, and we understand that everything that we're experiencing, like we break it down into these pixels and break it down further, it becomes numbers. These numericals, they exist in nature, they exist within us, we are part of nature, and so forth. So not to get too complicated, but that's why the 21 days, 21 minutes, and 1 energy. Because that 1 energy, I love to talk about the Bindu point, is going to be your focus. Okay? So that's that. We agree? Press 1 in the chat if that makes sense for you all. And for if you are new here, we use ones and 2s to let us know whether we're following along or not, because we don't want to get you lost out here. All right? Okay. So why do we go for changing habits, right? We go for changing habits because these habits, when they're changed, they form lasting ideas. Okay? The lasting ideas become new ways of thinking. Okay? So the thinking are a bunch of ideas that are streamed together. Okay? They come together and they become a thought, a whole thought. Okay? Once we get to new ways of thinking, right, we have these different ideas that are relatable to one another. The thinking process begins a new pathway when we are working with new ideas. The thinking process, the pathways in which the movement of thoughts are coming through the brain, start to physiologically change the brain. I want you to imagine kind of when there's an overflow of water and the direction of the river changes a little bit. It diverts. And at first, it trickles. Okay? You have groundwater. The ground gets saturated first with the nutrients. And then after a while, the groundwater starts to break down the ground, and the ground opens up to a new pathway. And much like focusing in on this one idea, we have this idea is like a trickle effect, right? It's this constant dripping, this constant force going through this new way of thinking. So once we have a change physiologically in the brain, then we have changes in the behaviors, because our behaviors come from the brain, okay? The patterns that are created through the new behaviors, it's like we're building, right? It's not a pattern until it's repeated. So once a pattern where now it's constantly happening, okay, from there we can create permanent changes that will be revealed in a totally new reality. All right? And so what we're here to do is to shift reality. Now this is separate, and it's not the intense advanced version of the winter solstice, because the winter solstice work that we're doing as a collective through the occult college and the House of Chi assignments, right? That is a whole nother level, and that is geared totally towards the winter solstice. But some people may not be ready for that. If they take an honest inventory on where they are spiritually or psychologically speaking, or even in their environment, it's not conducive to um, what we are about to embark on, like, and make history. Um, but they need something. And even those of you who are advanced in your practice still need to have something that is simple enough that, one, you can get your children involved. They can do this, okay? Two, you can share this with your friends who are lacking in the discipline or the motivation to get started in something like this. Meditation seems to be pretty difficult for those who need it the most. All right. So 21 minutes. This is, it's a little more than 15 minutes a day. It doesn't change the trajectory of your long things to do. And yet it has such a great impact on the things that you truly do want to accomplish. All right. So, in order to be successful in doing this 21-day meditation, you have to have some key components in place. It is part of the formula, has to be done. Okay, I'm going to do my part. This is your part. Okay, and this is probably the hardest part, because this is where desire and ideas of being great meet the pavement of action, taking action. All right. So, one, you're going to need to set a time that you will absolutely be sitting every single day. This 21-day meditation is not up for flexibility on that. Okay? The only flexible option is the fact that you'll do it at the time that you set. You're going to need a set space that you're going to be doing this meditation in. Okay? So if you plan on traveling, it does throw it off just a bit. However, you can still do it if you need to travel, but you have to keep the same time. So if you change time zones, make sure you know the time that it's set for in your new time zone when you're traveling, so you maintain it when you come back home. All right? Lastly, your focus cannot change. It is the same focus for the entire 21 days. Okay? Same focus for the entire 21 days. One of the biggest hurdles to get over through guided meditation, silent meditation, even with mantras, is being able to focus on one thing. Okay? One thing. All right? Anything. So the reason why we have to have these parts included in the form for the 21-day, 21-minute, one focused meditation. And yes, I am. I am playing the numbers through your psyche right now. Yes, I am. I know certain things don't go above my students' heads. Okay? The reason why we have to have these, I guess, hard rules as a part of the formula is because without them, you won't necessarily be able to face the walls that are preventing you from maintenance or even achieving the focus in your meditation. Okay? Three things are going to be dealt with alone for every single person who does this meditation. Okay? Procrastination, self-doubt, and lack of boundaries. And I know that everyone wants to get rid of these monsters. But in order to face them and to annihilate them, you're gonna have to have a set time, space, and focus. All right. I think for obvious reasons, but I don't mind explaining again because there may be some people who are pretty new or just need to be reminded that once you set a time, there is no later, there's only that time. All right. And procrastination hates that very much so, because procrastination will absolutely find a reason to convince you otherwise. All right. Self-doubt. Well, how does setting a time and a space and having a focus address self-doubt? Well, every single day that you sit down and you accomplish this task, you will be telling self-doubt that it's a lie, because you can rely on yourself. A lot of us have some deep-seated wounds around people being unreliable, and it shows up in so many different ways, and then we don't even realize that we ourselves practicing that being unreliable. We mirror it out to the universe and it gets returned back to us. No, we don't like it. That's why I would say shadow work is one of my most powerful tools that I've gone through in so many different ways on this channel and in our private group. But self-doubt just comes from this lack of ability to be able to exist as a reliable person. Okay. Every single day you will be reminding your psyche that you are reliable, and you will be attracting to yourself more mirrors and reflections of that reliability. Okay. So you have a very subtle but powerful way to address self doubt. Because at the end of the day, if you're struggling with reliability and feeling like people letting you down, you have to know that you got to be able to count on yourself no matter what. Forget what anyone else does or doesn't do for you. You have to be able to say, I can always bet on me. Okay? Not from a place of bitterness, not from a place of being scorned, okay, and angry, but simply because you are your own hero. No matter what, bet on you. Okay? All right. Lastly, the lack of boundaries. Our lack of boundaries starts with self. Self. Boundaries include how you're going to do something, when you're going to do something, if you're going to do something. I don't know if I said when you're going to do something. Boundaries just mean you have parameters of when and how something is going to occur. Okay? Physical boundaries, don't touch me or don't come this close. Physical boundary, mental boundaries, what I'm going to engage in, what type of materials am I going to read, what type of music am I going to listen to, what type of people am I going to be around and absorb the conversations. Okay, mental barriers. Okay, boundaries as far as how far do people get in, how far do you get involved into other people's stuff. Like minding your business is a boundary. Minding your business is a personal boundary. It's not even a boundary just for the other person, but it's for yourself. Okay. And a lot of times we easily get distracted or drawn in, especially these big hearted people. We want to care so much about what's going on around us that can lack those boundaries. We don't have enough time in the day sometimes for our own lives. So imagine that just so easily getting involved in what other people are doing, right? So let's have some boundaries so that we can put our time and energy into the things that will help us to grow and feel good about ourselves and what we can offer to our families and our community. All right. So here's the thing, without an end date, pardon me, positive, with an end date in mind, okay? Because it's 21 days straight. With an end date in mind, you are going to be able to securely reach a finish line, which is going to be the time in which you celebrate. I spoke a little bit about this before, but you need to have more moments of celebration. And you need to be able to celebrate you winning for you. And being able to look at something that you know when it's going to start, when it's going to end, and you do that thing, and you do it right, you do it consistently, there's no guessing in between. You get to absolutely celebrate yourself. So that also helps to remove the self-doubt, and you're going to have to face procrastination in order to get there, and you're going to have to exhibit some boundaries for yourself, because when you set that time and that space with that one focus, anybody or anything that's wanting to take you out of that moment that you already have set, you will have to give it the hard stop. Not right now. 21 minutes. All right. Lastly, um, when I speak to this annihilating self doubt, you also are the sole authority in this. So if you're doing this one thing for 21 days, right? And this is just for this one focus, this one energy. I did mention on Facebook that you can choose an entity or deity to work with. That's fine. Some of y'all are at that level. Um, or you can just choose one of your personalities um, that you want to work on. Okay. It does not have to be a beat up thing like, I want to, I don't know. I used something positive earlier, right? I want more courage. I want more courage so I can be more honest and authentic in my life. So the focus is courage. You don't have to explain, just courage. You just continue to focus on what does courage look like for you during your meditation, right? You're the sole authority. If you get to day 11 and you know you skipped day 12, you're the one who has to be honest with yourself to say, I got to start over. You will start over. In order for this to really work, if you fudge in the time, if you fudge in the day, if you fudge it up, you set yourself back to day one and start over. That's why I said this material here is not going to be about a particular time, okay, of year. It's forever and ever you can use this. All right. You are the sole authority. All of the feelings of disempowerment, throw them into this meditation. You are the sole authority. You're the person that's going to hold yourself to the standard that if I miss a day, I'm starting back at day one. And when I finish, I finish. You don't even have to announce, right, to anyone if you don't want to, but you will know. When you announce 21 days completed, that is a sure win for you. Put it in your pocket. You were the sole authority on that. And that is a permanent change that you can use forever and ever whenever you need to repeat that process. If you ever are in a circumstances amongst whatever in your life, period, where you feel like you're becoming a little disempowered, return to something where you set the time, the space, and the focus and how to get it done and stick with it. And you are the sole authority over it. Okay? That is going to help you remember, okay, like I have total power over self. So this is why I said any errors in the formula, you simply just have to start over. Because if you leave any wiggle room with this exercise, it will totally defeat the purpose. And there's just so many jewels, gems, empowerments, all of that good stuff within this 21-day meditation. Okay? So I know y'all have heard all of this plenty of times before. For those of you who have been a part of this community for over the years, Thank you so much. I love y'all so much for being here. But this right here, magic is an exact science. And it's not a phenomenon. Like luck is luck and magic is magic. So being able to complete something to the T and not breaking the formula or giving yourself the wiggle room really strengthens those of you who want to advance in your being a practitioner in the realms of sorcery, magic, rituals that are at a high level working with higher forms of intelligence. Okay, so this is going to definitely build your focus. It's going to build your patience and your endurance, okay, to block out distractions. So press 1 in the chat if this all makes sense to you. And I love the yogi emojis. Let me see some yogi or meditation emojis in the chat. If you're looking forward to taking this 21-day meditation, 21 minutes and one energy challenge and sharing it with your friends and family. All right. Awesome. So if you have not already liked this video, please do thumbs up this video. For those of you who are following the dark matter, the dark matrix videos, you are going to have some homework. So hang in tight. I just wanted to make sure I had this here for those of you who want to put something in your pocket, need a little brushing up, or you want to share something with your new community, your friends who are ready to join you, or people who have just whispered that they're interested. You say, hey, watch this video, try this out, and let me know when you're ready. And if they need an accountability partner, sure, right? It's not necessary, but at least they will have a time frame. Peace, love, and bliss. Please don't forget to let me know if you want to donate to the Fae Tree Foundation. We are collecting shoes, blankets, coats, and all winter apparel for adults and youth. I'm out.